What is that?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I can hear it.
Just keep doing you. Okay.
Just... Hey, can we get some cowbell in here? Yo, we need some more cowbell.
Cows this way? I need all cows over here.
Yo, Ricky, drop some beats.
Alright, check out this spicy flavor. Yo, we need an order of Roman stickers.
The delivery of Roman stickers over
Yep,
here.
right there, right there. Next to cows. Hey, we're live in 30.
All right, look, come on, hurry, come on. Here, take your seat. Take your seat.
This way, people, this way.
All right, no, stop. That's
Are we ready?
popcorn.
We're ready. We're ready. Go.
Yo, who's ready for the stream?
Places, people, places. And we're live in 3, 2. Hello? Is it working now? I kind of hope it caught the the before I hit that the start streaming whatever button. I had like a little pre-section to that of me just being dumb, because I forgot to hit the go live button because they changed up the streaming thing on YouTube, whatever it's, I don't know, and it won't let me go back either, so I don't even know. I don't know, but I'm not drawing today. I'm writing, as the title should probably say, but might not because I don't know if I did it right. But hopefully we're good. I'm gonna be trying to write some kind of screenplay thing. I'm looking at the stream right now, so that's why. Hello. So basically, I got a document here. I was gonna do it from scratch, but then I was like, man, what if I can't think of anything? And then I'm just sitting here for an hour being dumb, which I kind of already do, but you know. So. Hold on, there were a few things I wanted to explain first, so we got the streaming thing out of the way. Tomorrow I'm doing a drawing. We're doing scribble drawings tomorrow. So it shouldn't maybe just be me, it might be, I don't know. But I'm gonna be doing scribble drawings tomorrow, which is basically, you get a scribble and then you turn the scribble into something. Pretty easy. Well, or not, it depends, I don't know. But anyway, I'm writing today. Pete, right? We got Pete here. I'm jumping right in because I don't know what else to do, and nobody else is here. It's just me. There's no John or Ricky, or at least not yet. But yep. So we got Pete, and I'm just gonna read off what I have so far. An unempathetic pessimist, often incorrectly identifying others' emotions. He can't read people's body language, and he himself is very unexpressive. So, just an all-around great character, really. He lives with his parents, and he has a part-time job as a blank. And I stopped there because I didn't want to just write it all down off-stream before I started. I wanted to have something to build off of, right? And then we got coworker 1 here. And so I came up with the idea of Pete, like, a couple days ago, but I didn't know how to turn it into anything. But now I'm making myself because it's streaming live, and if I don't, then I'll look dumb. So basically, Pete, if you don't know what a pessimist is, it's basically somebody who they look at the bad side of everything. You know, like there's an optimist, oh, it could go either way kind of thing. I think this one, no, whatever. Pessimist, you expect the worst. Unempathetic, you don't really care about how other people feel, or not necessarily you don't care, I don't know. It just means you aren't empathetic. You don't feel for people when you see somebody, like, something bad happens to somebody. You don't feel any connection, you don't feel bad for them, that kind of thing. If I'm getting my vocab right, but we'll see. my words are right. The way I'm defining them might not be. But that's what Pete is. He's just a very dry character. He's very I don't want to say plain, but he's very not face value. He's just like a brick wall when you see him. And I kind of want to like weave in some stuff into that, but I don't know yet. So we got coworker 1 here. So my idea for this, right? The way I'm thinking I'm gonna get this to be an actual... Here, hold on. Ricky's texting me. It is I, the Ricky, in the crew. Let me tell him to hop in the right server. Sure. And then I'll hop in there real quick, because why not? Sure. Okay. Oh my gosh, no, you're getting turned down. Why did you even bother then? You couldn't just let me be awkward? I don't know. I just want to write. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. I was talking about Pete. Did you hear about Pete? Pete! I can leave, you know that? I can leave the chat, and then nobody will be able to hear you. I don't know. Oh, you're even worse now. It's just worse. Okay, so you're turned down a whole bunch. I'm just gonna keep going. So I figured the idea behind Pete, or you know, like to tell a story around Pete, you need to create the universe. You need to create the world. You know, like the people he interacts with. So Pete, I want him to be the main character, but I don't want it to start with him. I want it to start with like 2 coworkers, or a coworker and a customer, or just 2 customers kind of hanging out, and he's so and then that's the other thing. I know my ideas are just bouncing around, so I'm not actually finishing any sentences, but that's just kind of the way my brain works when I'm thinking up ideas. Ricky just... Oh, he left. So I want him to probably be a waiter. I want him to have some kind of job where he has to interact with people. Since he is so plain, since he is so like kind of... I want him to give off a dark sense of humor. That's not actually what he finds funny. It's just almost ironic. I don't know. It's just like the vibe he gives off, kind of thing. I want him to just be super awkward, super not really helpful, like a how did he even get a job here kind of thing. And that's why I want it to be like a working with people. So I think I'm gonna have him be like a waiter, or yeah, yeah. Or a cash. No, I like the idea of him being like a waiter or something. Or if anybody has any ideas of a job where you have coworkers and you have to interact with people. Something where there's like the employee, which would be Pete, and then a customer, and they have to like interact. If anybody has any ideas for that. What, Ricky? I mean, I guess it could be. Can you fix the echo? I'm hearing an echo. Yeah, it's coming through your speaker. I'll just turn you back down. I mean, you're just like a whisper now. It's fine. Okay. So you said retail. I don't know, because then you don't really have as many co-work. I want it to be like a fast-paced kind of working environment, which is why I was thinking, like a waiter in some kind of restaurant kind of thing. And if we do that, then I need some kind of name for the restaurant. And maybe that would be what I name the whole thing. But for now, let me write this down. Has a part-time job as a waiter. I don't know if I spelled that right, probably. Okay, so I was thinking maybe he just never keeps his job because of how plain he is and how rude he is to the customers sometimes. But then I thought, you know what? No, it would be a lot funnier if he just kept the same job. But and everybody wonders like how he even got the job in the first place. Going back to the whole like being plain and interacting with customers and not doing a good job. Right. So we got that. Coworker 1. Coworker 1 always finds Pete hilarious. She's like the only one who actually gets the joke when she sees the joke. And everybody else takes it seriously, like there's no joke here, it's not funny. Just because I think it would be funny if we had that kind of like almost fourth wall break of this is supposed to be funny. And even if it's not, then the character finds it funny. So we'll see how that goes. But then I wanted another character. Oh, if you can come up with a name for a coworker 1. She's like the one who's kind of friends with Pete. I'm gonna turn you back up a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. No, I'm turning you back down because I really hate the echo. I wanted to have coworker 2. Okay. I wanted to have another coworker, like kind of the mean guy. I want to build like an environment of the workers behind the restaurant. And it would the story would focus around Pete and that kind of area. Not this other stuff, but maybe later. We'll see. I don't know. Like I said, the idea is not completed. I'm coming up with the idea right now, which is why I don't know if I'm actually gonna write anything or not. But coworker 2, I want him to be like the mean guy. So we have Pete, we have coworker 1, who's nice to him, but then we have coworker 2, who's just mean to him, or not even necessarily mean to him. They just can't. They can't understand how he can work here. They don't know why he's not, why he hasn't been fired yet. So I guess I'll write that down. Sort of mean towards Pete. Pete. Doesn't understand how he even got a job at the restaurant in the first place. I spelled restaurant wrong. So the more fun part about writing the script and everything is actually writing the script. Right now I'm just coming up with the idea, coming up with where they are, who they are, where they are, what time, that kind of stuff. And once I get that ball rolling and everything, then I can start writing dialogue, and that's where it gets a lot more fun. Because then it's like me talking to myself in my head through the characters. And that's a little more fun. But right now I'm just coming up with the idea. So yeah, I'm gonna fix this too because it bothers me that it's not all there. See that spacing now? Then I want a coworker 3. Coworker, and we need names for all these people. Whoops, we need names for all these people. I just don't have them right now. So if anybody has names for them, let me check the stuff here real quick to. If anybody has names for these coworker characters, then yeah. Oh, hey Ricky. Nobody could hear you anyway because I have my desktop audio muted on OBS. Well, I mean, I have you turned down a whole bunch, but yeah. So really, I've just been talking to myself. Yeah, I didn't have my desktop audio on, so it wasn't capturing the audio from Discord. So it wasn't capturing anything Ricky was saying. It was just capturing me. So that's good. Please fix the echo. Like, put in earbuds or something. Okay.
I'm driving, okay?
Why? I told you not to join if you're driving, because then you get all the garbage audio and everything else.
I disconnected it from my car microphone, so it's like on my normal phone microphone now.
I noticed it's just still bad. It's just not as bad. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah. I bet you like that, don't you? Yeah, you do. Coworker, hold on, I never put a name for him. Coworker 3. I want this coworker to just not care. Like, they're the person who always has the earbuds in, just makes like a comment every now and then, to what's going on. But for the most part, they just don't pay, they just ignore everybody. You know, they're only in it for the money kind of thing. They don't care about anything else, really. They're there because, like, maybe their mom made them work or something. So let me write that down. Wears earbuds often. Doesn't care for what is going on and only interacts with people to make snarky comments every now and then. There we go. Okay. Oh, and that was the other thing I wanted to mention was I write screenplays, not like I don't do playwriting, I do screenplays, so like stuff for video and whatever, and not stuff for stage. But I'm kind of writing it as like a stage play kind of thing right now. The way I'm writing it, I think, I don't know, because I don't playwright. So this is just me kind of writing down the idea in some kind of organized way. So that's what's going on here. Then I wanted to have a guy that feels bad for Pete, like, because like they see everybody else interacting with him, and they see how he interacts with him. Maybe he thinks there's something wrong with Pete. And that's why he feels bad for him. But he is, I don't know if the right word would be empathetic or sympathetic. But I'm way too lazy to think about it right now, so I'm just gonna write down co-worker 4.
It'd be kind of funny if his name was Bruce or something.
Bruce? Why Bruce?
I don't know, because it doesn't sound like a name of a guy who would be like sympathetic or empathetic towards somebody.
Okay, co-worker 4 is Bruce, I guess. Why?
I don't know.
So we got that going for us. We got one name. Here, let me go back. I wanna turn Ricky back down. Cause I still hear an echo. Okay, so Bruce feels bad for Pete, just an all around caring guy. He doesn't really understand what is or what the deal is with Pete, but he feels bad for him. Maybe he can be like an annoyingly like annoyingly feeling bad for Pete. in the sense that like he's trying to help Pete, or you know, like he almost trying to be nice but actually coming off as rude. Like thinking that maybe Pete doesn't have enough money or whatever, or he doesn't get very good tips. So you know, Bruce will like try and help him out financially or whatever, and Pete will be like, "What is it? I don't need your money." You know, something like that almost. I think that would be funny. Not necessarily the whole financial thing, but just that kind of idea of like trying to give Pete help that he doesn't need. I like that. So we have five characters. Five, yeah. I had to count. We need 3 more names, but I'll just come up with those later if nobody else gives me any.
I was thinking about Connor or something.
The only reason why I named this guy Pete, by the way, is because I want to be like, oh, Pete the pessimist. Like the yeah, that thing. I don't. There's a word for that, but I don't remember what it's called. So, you know. You said Connor.
Yeah.
Is that like a mean guy? I don't want to stereotype names.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as the second guy.
So Connor's the mean guy? I don't think I know anybody named Connor. Okay, if there is a Connor out there watching this, there probably won't be, but if there is, that's pretty funny. I already wrote down a time. It is afternoon, more specifically a few minutes before Pete's break in his 12 to 8 shift, right? Because he works part-time. I like the idea, too, that he's got to be out of high school. I mean, he doesn't have to be. I imagine him out of high school. Like, kind of in between jobs, almost, you know, like, young adult still, maybe early 20s? Like, maybe actually just, like, 20. You know, he didn't want to go to college, so he went straight to work or whatever, and right now he's just kind of working part-time at this place until he can figure out something else to do. With no intention of actually, like, looking for something else. Or, I had, like, the idea, too, of him, like, having an idea of what he wants to do versus where he is, but since he's a pessimist, he's always, like, kind of expecting that he won't get to where he wants to be, so this is the best he can do. Which is kind of sad, but, I mean, he's a pessimist, so... So I kind of like that idea. Let me see. Oh yeah, the other thing, I have like one sticky note of stuff that I wanted to write down.
Hello!
Hello.
Whoa.
Hey, hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
So John,
hello.
have you been catching up on the stream, or do I need to catch you up?
No, catch me up.
Okay, so I'm trying to write some kind of story. Oh, speaking of which, anybody who is watching and actually got this far in, or skipped to this part, or just joined, I'm gonna be doing some more screenwriting or screenwriting. So I'm gonna be doing more writing, on this story with Pete and everything on Thursday. We'll do more. We're doing scribble drawings tomorrow. But on Thursday, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be writing more of this. Hopefully by then, I'll be able to write some dialogue, and that'll be a little more fun. But right now, we gotta get this part done. So John, that's what I'm doing. I'm writing a story, right? So right now, we have 5 characters. We have Pete, and he's the main character. He's an unempathetic pessimist. He can't read people, like he can't read body language and whatever. He's super unexpressive. He's like a brick wall. And he works part-time as a waiter. Yeah? Are you following?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't follow. Anyway, coworker 1. We don't have a name for her yet, but she's the only one who, like, finds everything Pete does hilarious. Like, 'cause Pete is always just kind of, like, making his own little comments. You know, he's a pessimist, so he's always like expecting the worst or saying like down-putting things. So it's supposed to be more of like a dark / sadistic kind of comedy. You know, that's what the story's supposed to be. Pete's real sense of humor, like the stuff that he finds funny, is super dry, super like anti-jokes. And I love anti-jokes, by the way. I love dry humor. But I also love dark humor, which is why I'm like mixing the two. But the story's supposed to be kind of dark humor stuff. Anyway, coworker 1 sees the dark humor in it and finds it just hilarious. You know, and it's not Pete trying to be funny. He's like super serious the whole time that he's making dark humor jokes because he's not trying to make a joke. But anyway, coworker 1 finds it hilarious. And she's like the only real kind of friend-ish of Pete's, because Pete doesn't really have any friends. He lives with his parents still. Did I mention that? Sure, I don't know. And then we have Connor. This is Ricky named Connor, by the way. And he's like the mean one towards Pete. He like, you know, since Pete's so dry, so down-putting, and he's a waiter, he interacts with people. Connor doesn't understand how Pete even has a job here. Like, he treats the customers so poorly, he treats us so poorly, and not necessarily that he treats people poorly, just he doesn't, there's like a social disconnect almost between Pete and every other character.
Social distancing before was cool.
So Connor's like almost angry at that. He's like trying to get Pete fired all the time. He's like always like complaining, how does this guy work here, you know, or whatever else. But I also like the idea too that like at the end of the day, Pete like doesn't bust the table or something, and he like leaves, and Connor has to do it. You know, some kind of like something along those lines. I don't know exactly yet. And then we have coworker 3, which we don't have a name for. This is a person who just doesn't care. They're just working to get their money. So they're wearing earbuds all the time. And the only time they ever really interact with anybody other than the customers is to make some kind of comment or whatever. So they're pretty quiet, I guess, because they do their own thing. Then we have Bruce, who feels bad for Pete because he's caring, but he's like almost over-caring. He doesn't understand why Pete is upset or whatever, and I like the idea too that Pete's not upset, he's just content all the time, and he never, since he's so unexpressive, Bruce just he interprets the unexpressive behavior as like there's something wrong. So Bruce is always kind of trying to figure out what's wrong. He's trying to help Pete all the time, like offering help that Pete doesn't need. So Pete just finds him really annoying. So I like the idea of that. So those are our characters so far. I don't want to add too many more yet. Get out of here, button thing. What? I just had I'm not explaining. Whatever. Okay, so setting. It's gonna be at the restaurant, but I need a name for the restaurant. Something kind of funny, but still, whatever else. Something that relates to the story. Yeah, for now, I'm just gonna leave it restaurant. So let me write it. No, it can't be a real restaurant. We make up our own. That's the entire point. We're creating our own little world of whatever this is. I don't know.
Alright, fine then. Snapple tea.
Okay, so right now, I'm just gonna write, setting,
that entire
at the restaurant.
Just how he ignores me instantly.
I spelled
Snapple
restaurant wrong
teas.
again. I'm never gonna get that right.
Snapple teas are
at the
pretty
restaurant where Pete and his co-workers work. I mean, yeah, I guess that's it, right? And then John, for you, since you didn't hear it yet, the time is in the afternoon, more specifically a few minutes before Pete's break, and it's 12 to 8 shift. We got like 20-ish minutes left. Maybe half an hour if I really want to, but I don't know how many more ideas I have here, so we'll see. But I think I can start on dialogue. So my idea behind having a time stay. Okay, Ricky, I'm like gonna borderline mute you because I can still hear the echo.
Okay, I'm just.
I'm just gonna let you listen to me, and you're gonna have to like yell for me to hear. Oh yeah. Okay, sure.
Ah!
You should name one of the co-workers Connor! What was that? Connor! No, he muted.
What did you say, Hank?
He muted, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so, the reason why I wanted to have, it start a few minutes before his shift is because to introduce Pete, I wanted to start off with two other characters. I don't want it to start with Pete. So I want, and I was explaining this earlier too, so I know I'm like saying a lot of stuff twice or multiple times, but that's just me trying to think of what comes next. It's a whole journey writing these things for me, right? So anyway, oh, I had a great idea. This is kind of off topic, but kind of whatever. I had an idea that once I like write the story and everything, whatever it is, if I like it even a little bit, which hopefully I do, I wanna get some friends together who can voice the characters, and we can like just voice act it, kinda. I think that'd be fun. I don't know if it wouldn't be live action, and it takes forever to even do an animatic, so it might not have any visuals or very minimal visuals, but I think it'd still be fun. But first we gotta write it, or I gotta write it, whatever. Yeah. So I wanted to start with two other characters. I don't know if it. I think it'd be funny if it were two customers, or like even two people on a date, sitting at their table. Maybe they're eating their food already. Maybe they're waiting for their waiter, who is Pete, to bring them their food. Whatever. Or maybe they're just sitting down and they're talking and they're waiting for the waiter to come over. I kind of like that idea, because then you can start there and everything, and then just. They're like enjoying themselves, or they're like having some kind of nice conversation, and then Pete shows up, and I want him to have like a very plain voice, just a very, very awkward, I guess. So I'm still kind of trying to think what words he would use in his sentences, like how he talks, because that's part of the character. So I might go back and change stuff later, or in between streams or something. We'll see. But so I think I just wanted to start with them already sitting down. They don't like the two customers. They don't enter the restaurant. They're already in the restaurant. They're already sitting down. So here, I'm just gonna do like a little border thing here. Or you know what? No, I won't. I'll just go to the next page. Two customers, perhaps, on a date. See, it's the actual writing of it where I'm just saying what I'm typing that is going to be more boring, maybe? I don't know. Two customers, perhaps on a date, are sitting down at a small table, or should it be a bench? Like you know how like they have the benches and the table, up next to the wall and the window. I'm trying to environment build here. Like I'm trying to create the restaurant. I kind of want to be like a mid-range kind of restaurant, nothing fancy, but I don't want it to be like fast food either. Like kind of almost like a Red Robin's kind of thing. or like a Chili's is kind of more of a mid-range thing, I guess. Maybe they're a little higher, but I don't know. They're pretty mid-range, I think. So some kind of restaurant like that is what I'm imagining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, I don't know. So maybe I want them to sit at a bench next to a window. Do I? I kind of like the irony in that, because, you know, like, oh, we have the light shining in, it's nice and bright and everything, and then we just have this like, absolute, unemotional wall of just dark, which is Pete. So I like the idea of having the irony there, but I also like the idea of having Pete serve the dark corner that doesn't have any windows or light, or all the like windows are closed. Or I kind of like that too. If he just has no manners or anything, and he's working the tables in the light with the windows and everything, but like halfway through talking to the customer or writing down their order or something, he like pulls down the blinds at the window, you know, like maybe okay, hold on, I gotta write this down. I find a lot of like kind of mean stuff or rude stuff funny, not when it happens in real life, but when you're like writing stuff like this, I think it's really funny to come up with. And I never said the idea, I don't think. So, he just like pulls down the blind. I did say that. He pulls down the blinds while they're talking. But I okay. Let me write this down real quick. Just as an idea, and then I'll work it into the actual dialogue later. Okay, so so we have the two customers. I want maybe the girl on the date says, "Oh, like look how pretty it is outside," or look how nice and sunny it is, or you know, something like that. Something nice about the outside. Like she's looking through the window. Here, hold on. And how old do we want this couple to be? Like, do we want them to be high school, out of high school, maybe older, or do we want it to be like a younger kind of restaurant? I don't know. I feel like there is a place definitely where there are like older customers who Pete is himself to, and you know, like everybody has their own reaction and everything. So I like the idea of having like an older kind of person, you know, just one person or maybe a couple or whatever. And you know, like the stereotype of like, oh, like a cranky old person. I really like the idea of that, like the interaction between the character of Pete and a cranky person. But we'll get to that later. Right now, girl on the date / the couple. I'll better word it later. But this is just to have the idea down. Girl on the date / the couple is looking outside while Pete is taking their order / writing things down / etc. Just some kind of, Pete's there for some reason. You know, he's working, so it's something to do with his work, but he's there while this girl's looking out the window. She says something about how nice it is outside. Her what, boyfriend, I guess,
Yeah.
agrees. They seem to really be enjoying themselves.
With their crumpets.
Point is here, I'm just gonna put in brackets so that I see this right away. Says something about how nice and bright, shiny, or sunny It is outside. And I already explained the irony with the character and the brightness and everything. So they bring up the oh, it's bright, shiny, sunny, whatever they say. It's nice outside. It's bright outside. There aren't any clouds. And Pete's response to that, I want Pete to say something. Pete says some comment regarding the same thing. And then closes the blinds / curtains to block the sun. Feel like that's a pretty good move for a waiter. Yeah, I like that. Let me see here. No, it is just okay. Back to the beginning. Two customers, perhaps on a date, are sitting down at a small table. No, I wanted it to be a bench. Or is it a table? Is it a bench or a table? You know, is it like one of the... I like to have some sort of detail here. So, is it like... Is it one of the benches that just, like, sticks out from the wall, like, connected to the wall and then sticks out and has, like, a little post in the middle? Or is it, like, disconnected from the wall and it's just a table and they have, like, the bench kind of thing going on over there?
It's a bench without being connected.
Without it being connected? I don't know, I kind of like it connected. I kind of like the idea of that.
Maybe it could be connected.
I don't know why I asked. Two customers, perhaps on a date, sitting down at a small bench towards a wall of the... I'm gonna spell it wrong again. Restaurant? Yeah, I totally did. Okay, so there's an extra U in there. There's an extra A. There's an extra A that I'm ignoring. I'm still gonna forget. Bench towards the wall of the restaurant. They are sitting next... Here, hold on. Perhaps on a date. Okay, yeah. I just forgot the comment. They are next to a window / windows. Here, hold on. I need to establish just what the restaurant looks like first. And this is my screenplay stuff coming back. Where you have like all the like descriptions of the place and everything, and then the characters and what they're doing and what they look like. I like to add detail like that because it just, for me, it adds more visual to it. I just want to get this first part done so that I know where to take it on Thursday, and then end the stream. So, let's see. How big is the restaurant? Do we want it to be big, medium, small kind of thing? Do we want it to be probably separated into sections? Like a, do we want like a big middle section? Do we want it to have like some kind of bar? Do we want it to have a host at the front where they like take people to their seats and everything else? I think that'd be kind of fun. I like the idea of having a host or two, or a hostess, to take people to their... Oh, okay. Well, if we have a host, then I think it would be better if it starts with the couple walking into the restaurant, then, because it just... I want it to build up the, oh, this is an enjoyable thing, this is happy, and then have Pete come in. So maybe it doesn't... I still like the idea of not having Pete in it at all at the beginning. I don't want it to start with Pete, because I want it to start off kind of happy and everything, and then, oh, here's Pete. So if we have a here, let me add it to the characters list too. Just host. No. We want to go back here. Host. Friendly. A real people person always tries to keep things positive at the what's the word I'm looking for? Work something.
At the workshop.
At the workshop? That is not the word I'm looking for. It wouldn't be workforce, would it? Positive at the work? No. I'll just put positive at work for now. Always tries to keep things positive at work. And in daily life. Why not? Just an all-around positive person, yeah. I like there's potential conflict there that we can work with between the mean guy, the Pete, and like everybody. There's a lot of potential here, I think. You know, I'm not a professional story writer, okay, but I'm having fun. I know it might be boring to watch, but I'm having a blast. So anyway, in this case, we wanna. Yeah, I still want to start by. I'm trying to backtrack all the way to the very beginning. I still need to describe the restaurant. I want to have some kind of description of the restaurant written down. Yeah. So I mentioned the idea of a host, and I still like that. Why did you comment Infinidagger?
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
You know this.
Okay, so we have a host, so when you walk into the building, you are greeted by like the host / hostess table, or you know, podium, well, whatever they're standing in front of. You know, they have like their little electronic whatever thing with, and see, it's probably gonna be pretty hard for me to write a story like this, and have it be realistic, since I've never worked at I've never had a job before first, but more specifically, I haven't worked in a restaurant environment. So I just kind of gotta assume and work off of what I do know and everything else. Ricky, you've worked at a restaurant before, right? Hold on, I gotta like unmute you. You're at you sound like you're so far away. Okay, hold on. Okay, speak.
It was a fast food place.
Okay, yeah, but were you still like a
fast.
Cashier.
What were you? A cashier? Okay, a cashier. Well, that still works though, cause like I can still use that. Like, you maybe you can give me some stuff here, but later. We don't need it right now. I don't hear an echo anymore, so you have earned your speaking privileges again.
Yes, you have gotten your life back.
Oh man, it's almost 4:20.
Oh,
Amazing.
Well, that's when I'm supposed to end the stream, but I did start a little late because I was having trouble starting the stream.
Yeah.
of course.
Catch the fish.
And I think I got it figured out for the most part now, so we'll see. Oh, I didn't even mention. Maybe I'll keep it for tomorrow. I'll mention it today, and then I'll talk about it more tomorrow. Right? We started distance learning today. I'm taking a little break from the Pete the Pessimist.
Learning
here,
in
right?
a distance.
Distance learn. Yeah, basically it's exactly online learning. It's just on like a sort of different platform from what we usually use.
I like how it's called.
But anyway, I'll talk about that later tomorrow so that I have something to talk about. But anyway, the restaurant. I like the idea of having it like I don't want it to be like a. I kind of do want it to be a chain restaurant. I don't know. Like, should it be a one-off kind of restaurant, or should it be like a local restaurant, or should it be a chain? I am hearing the echo again, so
maybe like a
I'm gonna
small
turn it
business or something.
Okay, so
Someone's leaving.
I spelled restaurant wrong again. It's gonna happen every time. I never get it right.
Boy.
There's that A in there, because it goes restaurant kind of thing. And I get
Restaurant.
the first AU, but then I don't get the rant. I don't. I just go restaurant.
But you still pronounce the
I
A.
think I do it RESTRAUNT.
Oh my gosh.
Cause that's kind of the way it sounds, and I'm just way too lazy. Autocorrect will fix it for me. So if it's a local restaurant, then it'll probably be. It won't be huge. Maybe I like the idea of it like all the 4 or 5 coworkers here, the host or the hostess, because we haven't decided yet, and maybe 2 or 3 people in the back cooking food. Maybe 4. I don't know. Not too many workers though. Like it's a pretty small restaurant. I don't want it to be super small, but I don't want it to be huge. So I'll just put medium, like a medium-sized Oh, here's a test here. Restaurants. I got it. I really had to think about that. A medium-sized restaurant. Here, let me write medium-sized local restaurant. Oh, it's 420. It's 420. Hold on, maybe I can still shoot the text to Emma.
Basic alarm.
Maybe not. I don't know if I'm gonna have time. I'm gonna try it. I'm trying it.
Show me what you got. Dance.
Come on and take it to the top.
Show me what you got.
Okay, I got it. We're good. A medium-sized local restaurant. When you walk, come on, through the doors, in the front middle of the building, you are greeted by the host. I'm just gonna put host now, but I'll change it to hostess if we decide that it's a girl. You are greeted by the host. Here, hold on. I'm just doing stuff on my phone real quick. Okay, we're good. Greeted by the host. Behind there. Is it a podium? Sometimes it's a podium, sometimes it's not really. I don't know. I'm gonna call it a podium. I spelled podium wrong. That's good. Awesome. Host behind their podium. The building is separate. Man, I'm having a really hard time spelling for some reason.
Hamana.
Three sections. I still spelled it wrong. I really tried there too. Are you kidding me? I'm so bad.
I know.
You are.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
The building is separated into 3 sections. I like the idea of that. It's just like a pretty generic. You walk in, you know. Do we want to have some kind of bar there? It would be towards the back in the middle.
Bees?
Yeah.
What?
Sorry if I just randomly yelled
Do
out
we yes or
bees.
no? I just need an
Yes.
answer. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We have a bar in the back. Separated into 3 sections. Obviously, you know, like the left, the middle, and the right side. It's not like we're dividing it the back, the middle, and the front. So we have that, and the kitchen, I guess, would be behind the bar, like where you wouldn't see it, and the door would be kind of towards one of the sides there. The door to the kitchen wouldn't be right behind the bar. I'm putting way too much thought into what the restaurant looks like, but I'm gonna keep at it. Separated into 3 sections. What section should Pete work? I feel like he should, like,
The middle one.
should we have the middle? No, it can't be the
Yeah.
middle because he's working with people next to windows. So by default I'm imagining the right side, so I'm gonna say he's working the right side.
Right.
Ew.
um. Yeah.
I mean, the guy is
Or
always
maybe the
right.
left. I don't know. Maybe because I said right, I'm gonna change my mind to the left. Later. Separated into 3 sections. There is a bar in the back, middle section.
Me too.
I think I'm just gonna leave it at that for now because it's too much more, and I'm just gonna be writing a story about what the restaurant looks like. So for now, we'll keep it at that. 2 customers, perhaps on a date, are sitting down. So we decided that, or I decided. I'm just saying we because that's the way my brain works. We decided that we don't want them to start sitting down. We do want them to start walking in because they're gonna be greeted by the host, and we'll have that whole like positive connection kind of thing until Pete comes in.
Pete.
It was just the first P name that came to mind.
I would have chose Patty.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, I wanted it to
Prancer.
have something like, I wanted it to be a PE name, like a name that started with PE, to sound a little better with pessimist, like Pete the pessimist versus, or like Perry the pessimist, or, if it has a different, if it has a different syllable there, that's not the right word. If it has a different vowel there, jeez. Then it doesn't flow as much in my brain. It's staying Pete, is what I'm saying. It's still Pete. I'm just gonna get rid of that. I don't want to delete it yet, but we'll leave it there for now. A young couple, or I'll put young adult so that we know like they are out of high school. A young adult couple enters the restaurant. I'm gonna be so good at spelling restaurant by the time I'm done with this. It's gonna be so good. A young adult couple enters the restaurant and is greeted by... I don't have a name for the host, so I'm just gonna put by the host for now.
Charles.
Charles? No, I kinda like that.
Oh,
It sounds like a
Sounds
kind of
kinda
friendly
like
name,
a
though.
butler. Yeah, and also like a butler, kind of.
That's funny. Yeah, Charles. Why? Formatting it to my liking. Okay. I still like that. Okay. Greeted by Charles.
yay.
Charles is.
And like maybe people can call him Charlie for short. That'll be funny. But for now, they're greeted by Charles. Who takes them to their seats promptly and in a kind manner. I just really want to emphasize he's a nice guy.
He is. He's the best.
We just came up with his name 3 seconds ago.
He's still the best boy to me.
In a kind manner. And then this is where we would insert dialogue of like, table for 2, blah blah blah. So I'm just gonna leave some space for that. I'm just trying to get the descriptive stuff down now so that on Thursday I can like just do dialogue, or at least start with the dialogue. So for now I just want to get this idea of the couple coming in and sitting down, and then we'll stop it there.
I want to be the couple.
Okay. You want to be the couple. You want to be both people in the couple.
Yeah, I want to be both of them.
Right.
John, we know you're lonely, but still.
Hey, I'm not lonely. I'm still together.
All right, whatever.
And in a kind manner.
I feel depressed now. Thank you.
Oh, well, good.
You're making me remember how self-isolation is.
Oh, man.
Why do you think I had the idea to stream every day? Because it'll be fun and people can watch and it gives me something to do.
Gives people happiness.
I still feel lonely.
I just want to finish up this part and then we'll wrap it up. I keep saying that and I haven't done it yet. Let's just keep writing. Promptly and in a kind manner. The couple take their seats next to and then this is where that part can come back in. Next to a bench towards the wall of the restaurant. They're sitting next to the windows on the right section of the building.
Next two characters that you add have to be a couple, another
And then
couple,
we-
and
and then
they're
we can
named
have-
Party and Time.
How about no? And we get
Yeah.
more dialogue there that I'll put in later. And then we have this to look forward to when we get to it. I think for now it is 4:30, which is about when I wanted to wrap it up, since I did start a little late. I'm sure if you have watched this all the way through, it was hard to listen to but that's because it's my first time streaming my writing stuff, and I didn't really know what I was writing about. But I'm happy with what we have now, because it's actually it's an idea. It might not be a good one, I don't know yet, but I'm liking it so far. So on Thursday, I'm gonna come back to it. I'll stream it again for another hour or so, and write some dialogue. And I feel like writing the dialogue will really help establish the characters and their personalities. That's the fun part for me, is coming up with the characters and stuff. Like, not necessarily this part. This is just like the base of the character. Coming up with the dialogue for me is a lot of fun.
See, that's
just to come up with like conversations and have fun.
That's why I wanted to have one named one couple named
Party
Party
Time.
and Time. Yeah.
But I don't think those are very realistic names.
Hey,
I'm
if
sure
there
they're
can
out
be
there.
a,
I'm sure they're out there.
if there can be a Northwest, then that can surely be a name.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, if you do want to see, me write some dialogue or write some more or work on this some more, or if you have any ideas, we still need some names. We need 2 more names, and then I guess we don't need a name for the couple, or maybe we'll see. But for now, 2 more names, a name for the restaurant, if you can think of any. I'll look through them. I might no promises
Cafe.
I'll actually use any of them, but
Party Time Cafe. Boom, there we go.
I'll take the ideas. Anyway, tomorrow we're streaming the scribble drawing stuff. That'll be more fun, I think, because it won't be as labor intensive. Or it might be, because you have to come up with something to draw. You don't know what you're drawing until you get the scribble. So we'll see. But that'll be more fun, because I've done a lot of those. And this is my first time doing this live, at least. So I'm stalling. I'm gonna end the stream now. So until tomorrow,
My friend.
at 3:20, hopefully it's on time tomorrow. I go. So I almost forgot the outro. So I almost forgot yesterday too, but we're good. So the outro's gonna go, and then we will see you later. So yeah.
Purple.
Cool. I didn't mute you yet. Like, people can still hear. Yeah, it's doing like the build-up music until it goes to like the kind of drop thing, and then it goes to the good stuff.
Yeah.